I would like to call October 6, 2025 special call meeting to order. Do I have a motion?
I move that we open the special call meeting for today's date.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Madam Secretary, we have number 3, approval of resolution school choice.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve of our resolution school choice.
Oh, we gotta adopt the agenda, I'm sorry. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as written? We skipped, number 2.
I move that we adopt the agenda as written.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Madam President, number 3, approval of resolution school choice.
I move that we approve of the resolution against school choice 2025.
Second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Madam President, number 4, approval to rescind the hiring of the district hearing attorney.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns?
Question.
Yes.
Why are we rescinding it?
Attorney Lee?
Ms. Bates, so the attorney who was handling the case that more properly has relocated to another firm. Mr. Dick discussed the possibility of the attorney at Adams and Reeves handling the case. At the time, I was able to find an attorney in the firm who could take over the case. I have since been in contact with 2 of my partners who are willing to take over the representation.
Any more questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? At this time, we'll have a closed determination upon the issue of whether or not to go into executive session. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Dr.
a shoulder issue since camp. Got hurt in camp.
We are out of executive session, at which time we address three student issues. Can I have a motion to adjourn the special call meeting?
I second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? At this time, we'll call our work session meeting to order. We will have the Macomb School District Vision and Mission Statement, 30 seconds of silence, adoption of the agenda, review of minutes. Any questions or concerns about the minutes? Next, we'll have review and approval of financial statements. Any questions or concerns about financial statements?
Yes, question.
Dr. Worth?
This is for clarification.
Everybody speaking the right, Dr. Worth?
This is just for clarification. When we had pay raise in teachers, where does does it fall under personnel or where is it placed?
You said the pay raise for teacher, it'll fall under, if you get you under 100 and 200, any pay raise, but it's not like a separate line, it's just all according to district operating, unless they're paid out of federal funds.
So it doesn't go on the district?
That's like someone pay, if they're paid out district maintenance, it'll go on the district maintenance, yes, sir. And the 100 is salaries and benefits, salaries, and the 200 is on show benefits.
Okay. Next, on the budget status report, do we have this month or next month that we have the,
It's next, because it came in September, so it'll be on next. This is out, it came in September, so it'll be on next month.
next month?
Yes, sir. And I'll make sure you point it out. The next one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions about the financial statements? Next, we have review and approval of claim docket. Any questions or concerns about the claims docket?
Yeah, I have one on the claim docket number 846559, which is on page 1124. Say what, which schools is this for?
That's district.
Is it why?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll verify with the IRA, that's for all, the IRA, K6.
K6.
I'm sorry.
So we're not going already through 8?
We picked up with, classwork that was approved, classwork would be from beginning through high school. And, it still has an active piece, and we also went with that because of, the absence of interventions. It was, a good part of the program to help to do the program and the actual, progress monitoring. It would do the graphing and all that for, to help the teachers with that.
Yeah, I agree with that, but my concern was that not having a note for the, junior high in some cases.
I think it'll be, I know it'll be fine, and also we took a look back at the actual data from the 8th grade, and it just was not mine, it just didn't seem as though it was being beneficial to, to helping them get what they need to be, so we just saw a shift in, trying to use the classwork with that secondary piece, we just wanted to see if there would be a positive shift in the data from that.
Okay.
And Dr. Burger, it'll be more in line with what we do with our MTSS program, providing the progress monitoring that they really need to those students.
Okay, put it in.
Right, we're gonna say with the absence of.
I just want to make sure we had something.
Yes, sir. And it still has an adaptive piece where they will do like a string in the beginning, and then it will do the pad off of it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, that was really, really, because especially since we've gotten our, school grade.
Yes.
The, other question I have is, docket number 846671. Which schools are these for? Is it gonna be for all replacing, damaged ones or this?
You said 8-4,
It's the Chromebook.
This is Chromebook.
Chromebooks. Okay, you can, okay, it's big.
Mr. Vick and Ms. Hall tasked me with going through and finding a way to replace 712 and to supplement the other schools that were missing devices for this school year. It's going to be a full replacement for the high school. It's going to be a partial replacement for Denman, and it's going to be a very small addition to Higgins. It was with leftover federal funds from FY25 that was designated or allocated for this specific task. So it's going to supplement and replace. We're going to put them in place as devices fail, and all the schools actually needed some at this current time. So it's going to replace the ones they don't have enough for the kids and replace some of the ones that were broken.
Okay, so this $250,000, this is the full payment, or is this?
Yes, sir.
It's all of it, yes, sir. That was the total amount for those 3 schools. It was designated and paid out of federal funds for each one of those schools for that amount.
I have a question. It's on diesel. We have some, payments that's from April.
Yes, I've been working with Miss, Dillon to get, just to verify if we have any more outstanding. Cause, since I've been working with her to just make sure that we've received all the ones that do. And I'm getting her, just trying to work with her to get the process, so make sure we get our invoices in. But we've been working together to make sure that we get those, all of them paid.
My next question, Superintendent, is in-district travel. We have a lot of in-district travel. That's concerning to me.
Yes, ma'am. Right now, we're here to work with Keith White, to get as many of our vehicles repaired as possibly can. Madam President, most of our vehicles that are working right now are really used by maintenance, so we don't have spare vehicles for out of district travel. But we are going to get as many of the operation as we can within the next month.
And last, I have a question about uniform hats. We have,
What, tell me
it
claim number?
says 846547. We purchased uniform hats. Who wear hats?
I'm thinking maybe Child Nutrition, I won't get it.
Okay,
Child
all right.
Nutrition.
Thank you. Any more questions?
I have one other question, is that regarding, I do know that we have the Crabtree and those other, parts that we have to be, taken care of. There are a couple that I see that the explanation saying that is that we have to wait until we verify the services are taking place. We have a procedure that, and I thought that we had this in place that will take care of that concern. In other words, when we have services or vendors that are supposed to provide services, and after they provide their services, they're given an effective as to when to submit their invoice for payment. And I know that we have a procedure in place, and I know it's a day-to-day operation, but to be late paying is what I'm concerned with.
Yes, sir.
Trying to, we're trying to stay within compliance of paying bills and parents when.
Yes, sir.
And so one thing we're trying to do on our end, because once they have to, like the department heads or whoever does it, they have to sign off, they have to sign the invoice in the PO saying that everything is complete, and then we pay. So what we're gonna try to do is, what we're trying to implement is like monthly reviewing to see what outstanding purchase orders we have. So I'm trying to make sure everybody do everything on purchase order. So if we pull that monthly and ask, start asking, do y'all receive all these supplies? Is this complete? Then that'll help, kind of remind them and help us stay on track with paying. So we're just gonna start pulling that money, the open POs, and ask about invoices. So try to alleviate that.
Are these the ones that we're concerned with, are you saying that those were open?
Yes, sir, and I say open, like they get a purchase order for it, but we haven't received payment. So if it was done, just say September, and we haven't received an invoice for it in October, now we're gonna start asking them for the invoice. Have the services been complete? Have we received all the things? Or can you go ahead and send us the invoice so we get payment and submit? But it might not be like open, like the board approved open. When I say open, it's just a regular purchase order that hadn't been paid.
Pending.
Yes, sir.
Pending.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions?
I have a couple of questions, and one of them, Mr. Vick, is about the textbooks, pages 5 and 6 of the claims docket. It's filled with the purchase of textbooks. I'm just trying to understand, is this books that are going to be used for a while, or are we getting these for this school year, or?
Yes, ma'am. They're for this school year, Ms. Martin.
So this completes our purchase, or we're gonna have to buy any more? Because there's several entries here for Tennessee Book Company.
Yes, ma'am. This is with the Tennessee Book Company, we want our main vendor. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, with the Tennessee Book Company, that's the actual depository that we ordered the textbooks, from. And so they have like a platform to where you can go in and place your orders on the spot, then, and they do the invoice as soon as you actually do the order. But with textbooks, of course, they have to come in, we have to receive them, we have to count and do all that. So in order to feel comfortable about signing off saying that we have everything, we like to do a count and make sure that everything is accounted for. So that's why all of those different entries. So every textbook from ELA, math, anything digital, all of those things went through the actual repositories that were ordered through there.
I would say, and it's several different claims for each one because we did it by location.
Right.
So we did it by school so you can see what it's easy to pull to see what school. So that may be why.
Well, with that being said, on this purpose, it should have that location, because we requested that, somebody looking at the claim document, they would know what location that's for.
So we can
So everything.
So it's not like from the invoice, each location was on the invoice, or you're talking about how it's listed in here?
It wouldn't be.
Okay.
The other thing, I think would be helpful too, especially when we are expending large amount of textbooks, is that we also indicate, so it'd be easier for us to understand. And I do know from my experiences that oftentimes when we do purchase a lot of textbooks, we're doing them, we're purchasing a lot of them for update, to update from old textbooks. So, it would be advantageous for us to know that they are, for update.
Okay.
Because the present ones have been out, they're out there.
Yes, sir.
And I think that was one of my questions, what we purchased, what is the year span that we plan to use the books? Are we gonna be doing the same type of purchase again next year? Do you know?
And what we're saying, asking questions here or something.
I was wondering, is this going to be, what is the year span for the use of the books, will we be doing the same purchase again next year?
Those are actually consumables. They are like just student paperback books to where the students use them and they're no good. They're gone at the end of the year, and the only thing you'll just reorder the actual consumable book again. It's not like a hard textbook that you would keep in the classroom. Because
Okay.
if we had those sets like that, we wouldn't do any ordering, but it's a consumable thing. Students can tear out of them and all of those kind of things. And at the end of the year, that consumable is no good.
Okay.
Because if they go with the online program.
Right, the digital piece.
The digital piece on the side.
Yes.
So that might be helpful if y'all look at consumable or hardback copies.
Okay.
Okay, my next question is kind of centered around the answer that you had given to Dr. Burks about, I forgot exactly what it was, on page, was it page 8? Was it your first question, Dr. Burks? From page 8 of the claims document? For, yeah, it was page 11 in the I-rated versus classworks. When we look at what we're spending for I-rated, $73,792, and we were given the response of classworks being what we're using for grades 7 through 12.
Yes, that's correct.
I'm trying to match what we do when we are paying for consultants. This may be for you, Mr. Vick, because I'm looking back at how we have Bailey, the Bailey group for some of our consulting. We have the Kirkland group and Equity Analytics, and then we did an RFP for educational consulting. When we make a decision about what works for students and what doesn't work, are we making a decision based on what consultants are saying?
Well, we're making a decision based on the data that we're looking at, Ms. Martin, and at the same time, what our high dose tutoring consultants are seeing when they come in the classroom. And we just finished our benchmark one testing, and we're going to analyze that data. That data is going to go out to Kirkland Analytics, and they're going to give us a snapshot of how all our students are. And then the high dose tutoring is going to come in and work with the teachers on the target students.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's what I was doing, was just trying to match the consulting with the decisions that are being made. My next question is from page 11, and it is Gator Shield, the Gator Shield cameras for Summit. Is this a part of what goes to the new building, or?
Gator Shield is what we brought in to secure our new building under construction.
Yes, sir.
So, we wanted cameras around that building this morning, we had several break-ins, and we wanted to make certain that we can protect the building until we can that completed. So right now, we went in, we secured it with locks on the inside, we put a security system just on that building alone, make sure that we have any more work in. And they have greatly reduced the issues we've been having since we did that.
My next question is on page 20, and this one is the Mississippi Fruit and Vegetable Company. I'm interested in this because I listened to a news story that talked about public schools purchasing food for the cafeterias locally. And I guess I'm just wondering, is this something new for us? I don't recall ever seeing this. It's on our claims docket.
No, according to Ms. Williams, he take part in it every year. They have a different name,
Okay,
but you take part in that every year.
all right, that's great that we're able to do that. I think that was the gist of my question, because I'm seeing where on page 21, you have the Ewing Kessler and the Jeffrey Crabtree, and I guess that matches what we had already approved of in our spending for the new building. $189,823 on this document, and for Crabtree it's $15,000. So is that matching what we are doing in order to complete the building there at Summit.
Yes, ma'am, and we're making payment plans, actually, that's not the full amount. Ms. Hall, you want to
And
speak
you-
to that?
Yes, sir, and the Ewing Kessler, that's for the, the HVAC and winds from the high school, I think we're just paying HVAC now. So, we're paying them payments each month, we still owe them, I think a little over $1 million, so we've been just paying, just paying a little bit every month. And Jeff Crabtree, he goes with Ewing Kessler, and he was the architect for that. So on both of those, we just kind of have payment plans with them, they're allowing us to pay them a little every month.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thanks.
But as we came, we all requesting the reimbursement, correct?
Now,
Now,
the
The
Ewing
Ewing
Kessler
Kessler-
and Jeff Crabtree is the district portion.
Okay, thank you.
So with the, thrash, yes, ma'am, but those two is district portion.
All right, thank you. Any more questions? Next, we have the report and presentation on the business of the superintendent.
Madam President, number 8, report. 81, we have teacher and student of the month of September. Number 2, we have teacher attendance report for the month of September. Number 3, we have a 16 session report for the month of September.
Any questions or concerns? So we had questions last week about 16 section 9.
I just got, two quick questions, making this is just for clarification. The one, the houses that we're showing that's abandoned, current date, it says that it's awaiting guys, you all still working on it?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, and the, one where it says that we're waiting for, lease that's in review. Is that something you all have?
Yes, and the same, partner who assists with those issues, we're waiting for his final, review of those documents, and hopefully we'll have that secured and finalized by next Monday. That's the plan.
Decent,
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Number 4, we have a business report September 2025. Number 5, enrollment breakdown September 25.
I have a question on the enrollment breakdown. Because one of the things that we received last month was the printout of the enrollment that we have across the entire school district. And I think, my concern, I think on here we have 85 Latino students. And I'm just wondering, Mr. Vick, I don't know what our protocol entails, and I'm just curious as a member of this community, for the students that we have, do we have any protocols in place? Should Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, come to our campus, to our school? Do we know beforehand how we'll handle that if it does in fact happen?
Well, Ms. Warner, I would say that we have protocols for campus safety, and anybody who on campus, they have to follow the protocol down to who they are. Before they took the bank office, they give us identification, and before they get any type of access to any of our students or employees. So our plan is to follow our normal district protocol that outlined in our handbook and our school project management plan.
Okay, and with that, are we aware of any instances where any of our students have had their parents, the person who's responsible for them, come into Macomb School District? Have we had a situation where any of the students have had their parents taken away from them?
So far, Ms. Morton, not at this time. Not at this time.
And, okay, what do we, how do we help those students deal with that shit happen?
Well, through our federal program, we have different ways of helping those students. One is through our, what we call our homeless program, if they are considered homeless at that time, if their parents are taken away. But we use our federal, dollars to help these students that's in need from that standpoint.
Yes, sir, okay. Thanks.
Any more questions or concerns?
Madam President, we have, 7B consent agenda. Number 1, approval of fundraiser. Number 2, approval of out-of-state overnight activity trip. Number 3, approval of out-of-state travel request. Number 4, approval of disposal, addition, deletion of old equipment. Madam President, C, we have the regular agenda. We have approval of policy revision.
Any questions or concerns?
Let's see. I think I had a question. Let me see if I can. Okay, I think my concern here, and this is something that's always listed with this particular policy, you know that, it's the support our students program, SOS program. Because when we do actually in fact have this.
I'm gonna speak to that.
What policy is that in small? Because I thought we had taken that out some years ago. Like that with Austin Gilbert, and he couldn't find anywhere in the, where that was actually a thing.
This is policy JCA, student conduct. And it's under student code, student conduct and grades.
No, that should not be in there.
Okay.
I think this is an older version of the, policy, that should be in
Okay, thanks.
there. We'll get it taken care of, thank you.
Number 2, approval to rescind policy.
Any questions or concerns?
This is just,
Number 3, approval to update policy.
Any questions or concerns?
the- The updates are optional, it's whether or not the board wants to, add those into policy. The, paid parental leave provided under the Mississippi State Employees Paid Parental Leave Act shall run concurrently with any leave provided under FMLA or applicable. The paid parental leave provided under the Mississippi State Employees Paid Parental Leave Act shall run concurrently, with FMLA, and that would begin on January 1st of 2026. That's why it's optional out beside it. And there's more detail about the parental leave in the, GBRI. But it's in GBRI and GBRIA.
And, Mr. Vic, and board member Douglas, I was gonna ask, why is it optional, but, Mr. Brown explained that,
Tomorrow,
yes. grants, our employees extensive leave,
6 weeks
yes,
paid.
yes,
6 weeks.
yes, paid leave. And that's even for immediate family, because it was just for the individual, correct?
It's for an employee who is the primary caregiver of a child.
Yes. So anybody have any concerns about not adopting this into policy? Mr. Vick?
No, I don't have anything to say.
So it has budgetary implications.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
And it, attorney, is it just for the birth of a child or the adoption of a child?
It is not, I don't think it's restricted, and I'm looking at it now. The way it reads, I'm just not sure that it's restricted to the birth and adoption of a child. I think it may include,
Look under,
let's see.
on, page.
Yes, that's right, it is. Because it says, an eligible employee who is the primary caregiver of a child shall be entitled to receive 6 weeks, 240 hours of paid parental leave compensated at 100% of the employee's regular salary to be used to care for the child after birth or adoption of the child.
Because in the past, it was 4 weeks, correct? So they had extended it, but that also include not just the female, but the male, so the mother and the father will be eligible for that.
But it certainly has budgetary
Yes.
implications,
So
so
that's- that's my
taken
only-
into consideration.
Anybody else have any questions?
So is this both parents?
Yes. The mother and the father. If like, if the father have a baby and the mom don't work here, the father would get 6 weeks leave paid to be with the child. We had that in my job, and we do it for us, the mother and the father.
Whoever the primary caregiver.
Because if the mom is not able to care for the child, and the father have to be home. So it's possible that it could be a mother and a father. That's why I'm asking.
I think we need to see what impact it would have on the budget.
Before include,
But you do have to be mindful that I don't think it's a situation, at least for Macomb School District, when you have 100 different employees need this type of leave over the course of a school year. And I don't know what the FMLA numbers look like specifically, as it relates to,
Typically have 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. right, so.
my thing is, if possible, to find out, can we afford the full 6 weeks or leave that the present 4 weeks?
Well, can you take it for further study again?
Yes, and remove it until you have time. Okay.
So I was also reading here where it talks about, if a parent adopts a child, it doesn't have to be an infant, it could be a child under 18. They could actually be off work for 6 weeks, I guess, adjusting to
Fine.
having a child. So we remove that one.
Yeah.
Number 4, approval of permission to seek grant or other funding for school budget for the 26-27 school year.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 5, approval of cybersecurity grant program.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 6, approval of amendment agreement for federal program.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 7, approval of agreement of a canopy anywhere.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 8, approval of agreement with Lexia Learning System. Lexia to provide individual data-driven literacy and language support for Tier 3, bottom quartile English learning students to accelerate progress and improve equity.
Any questions or concerns?
Will this data be a part of their analysis?
Yeah, it will be. You want to speak more on that, Carter?
This is actually, Lexia is, a program that I stepped in to help, get organized because it's initially under, MTSS. And so I just took it on to go ahead and get it set up, but it is something that they use every year. And it has shown to be very advantageous in reference to the AL students, our EL students. They did very well, gained lots of points, statewide on state assessment, because they use this a whole lot, like filling gaps and getting those students up to par with this program. So it was something that they needed, but for some reason, something with the contract didn't happen, so I just said we need to help take care of it.
Any more questions or concerns?
Thank you, Ms. Butler. Number 9, approval of agreement Rosemont Consulting Services.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 10, approval of pay increase.
Any questions or concerns? Dr. Ray?
I appreciate that is one of my concerns, but is it possible that we can, with the budget allows, instead of 1, making it 2?
That would, we would need to look at that, Dr. Bruce, just given some of the other, things that we have on the table with the construction of the building at the summit. We would definitely go back and take a look at it.
The same teachers assistants. Very well, we can do both.
Any more questions or concerns?
Number 11, approval of facility use. This is the Keegan softball field.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 12, approval of audit contract for the FY 25, 26, and 27.
Any questions or concerns? I guess I had one question. Are we update on our audits?
Go ahead,
They're, we're still working with them to finish up 24, and then we'll be, just on 24, and we'll be up to date, yes, ma'am.
So if we accept this contract, we know what the cost.
24,000?
It's 20, yes, sir.
It's gonna be the same.
It's an increase from, this last one was 18, this is 24. So I tried to get several quotes. So one firm did respond, and one firm there combined with the current firm we have, so.
And our previous audit firm, we already used this for 3 years, and that's the math that we can use one firm. So we got to change over, at this point, Dr.
Any more questions or concerns?
Number 13, approval to have an after-school program.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 14, approval to solicit bid for sale of Sabbath school equipment.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 15, approval of agreement with 796.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 16, approval of agreement with Mississippi Action Progress Incorporated.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 17, approval of agreement with Mississippi Action Progress Local Education Agency Transition Plan.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 18, approval of agreement with Seed Education Incorporated.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 19, approval of amendment agreement with school status, to add teacher books.
Any questions or concerns?
Madam President, number 9, miscellaneous business.
Out of, district transfers. Any questions or concerns about the out of district transfers?
I apologize that I want to go back and revisit the after-school program. It's gonna be November 25th, November of 2025 through April of 2026, Mr. Vick.
Yes, ma'am.
Just for clarification for my sake, who are we targeting with the after-school program?
Based on our benchmark data we just completed, this morning, we gonna target those students that are in our lower quartile and our bottom 25%. The ones we already have identified our bottom 25%. Our current data gonna help us identify some additional students that we're gonna put in the after-school tutorial program to build those skills, specifically to get them ready for the spring math test.
Is it mandatory for the students to attend?
It's not mandatory, but we're gonna highly encourage the parents.
Okay. I just wondered about that because that's something that I know we needed to do in the past. And I apologize about going back, but thanks so much for clarifying that for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, the, personnel.
Next, we have personnel recommendations.
Any questions or concerns about personnel? At that point in our meeting, we'll have a full determination whether or not to go into executive session. Can I have a motion to adjourn the work session this evening? I second the motion. I have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.